Divorce rates among middle-aged and older Americans have reportedly surged in recent years. As a matter of fact, a survey from Bowling Green State University finds that divorce rates have doubled for Americans who are 55 or older and has tripled for those who are 65 and older between 1990 and 2021. And sadly, women tend to fare worse post-divorce. So here to talk about this is attorney Karen Conti, our friend here at Fox 32, and Mary Beth McLean, a financial advisor and founder of My Private Vista, where she provides financial investment advice to women in transition. Welcome back. So nice to have you. Thank you both for coming in. Okay, so Karen, let's start with you. So when you think of women and you think of gray divorce, I'm hearing that about 45%, there's a 45% decline in women who get divorced, where men only see a 21% decline in their finances. Why is that?
Yeah, it's a terrible statistic, but I think it's three things. One is there's always been a gender wage gap. Women make 17% less than men, generally speaking. Second is women are much more likely to stay at home with children than men. So if they're out of the workplace, their income stream eases up and they can never get that back in many cases. And the third thing is that women live longer. So they live 6 years longer than men, and so that same amount of money might not last.
Okay, so Mary Beth, this one's for you. A woman doesn't, we don't want a woman to find herself in a position where she's getting a divorce and her finances are not able to help her out. So what advice do you have for women who find themselves in this situation?
If they find themselves in that situation, the first thing they should do is start to be a detective for themselves. You know, if you've been the spouse that hasn't been engaged in your finances, the first thing you really need to do is start from the beginning, right? So, you know, if you haven't looked at your tax return, you're not sure what your spouse is making, and you haven't, two things. The accountant that prepared that tax return, assuming you're not doing it for yourself, they were representing both you and your spouse.
Okay.
So you should approach them. You can also go to the IRS and get a form and fill out and get prior tax returns. But just start, you know, paying
investigating
attention.
and digging
investigating and looking at credit card statements, if you know, things like that.
And I'm curious, are finances a big decision for these gray divorces when they split?
I do. I think that, you know, infidelity is, of course, is always a big one, but financial infidelity is a big one. There was just a study last week, 42% of all couples say that they have a financial secret, a secret bank account, a secret income stream, secret expenses that they've been paying. So when people aren't talking about this, you just don't want to be surprised when you're 65. Quickly, I had a woman who finally looked at her finances, and he had stolen $600,000 from one of her accounts and gambled it away. And at her age, she was never going to make it back. So you can't wait, as Mary Beth said, you've got to do your investigation.
Okay, so that brings me to this question, Mary Beth. So before you find yourself in that situation, maybe we have people who are watching who are much younger or about to get married or have been married for a while. What advice do you have for them so they don't find themselves in this situation?
Have that very candid conversation and start early. And then after you do that conversation, have them on a regular basis, because you need to stay engaged. It's like exercise and spinach. They're not very fun, but you know that they're good for you, so you have to start doing that. And it also means that you have to be candid about the debt side. It's not just your incomes that you have to be.
So ask about that too.
Because credit card debt, you know, student debt, so many kids are graduating with high levels of debt in order to be in certain professions. So understanding what that looks like. And try to understand what money values are that your current partner has. Because if you're the spender and he's the saver, you have to kind of find some compromise between those two things.
So true. Okay, so that brings me to prenups, Karen. Who should be getting prenups and who should it not matter for?
I think everyone should have a prenup. And even if you have nothing, you're starting out from scratch, you want to know that. I mean, you want to know, does he have student debt? Does he have money sitting in the bank from an inheritance? And it's a roadmap. It's not a doom and gloom thing like this is going to happen when we get divorced. What happens if he's disabled or he dies? And it really creates a conversation to say, like, hey, if I'm going to stay at home with children, what does that mean for my finances? How are we going to save? Are we going to do it together or are we going to do it separately? So it's a roadmap, it's a speech, and it's an ongoing dialogue that's positive, not negative.
Okay, well, great discussion. And I think what we've learned from this is everybody should be having this discussion before,
That's right.
during, and after. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back.